Boom, baby. That's right, Car Guy Jake, everybody. Down here at Sandy and Bubba's Milton Chevrolet, the very first ever. That's right, Coffee with Car Guy Jake event. And we're coming to you live from Sandy and Bubba's. Boom, baby. That's right. And on my personal feed. Now, it's such an exciting time for me, guys. You know, a lot of times I sit here and I go over, you know, something that inspires you, something that motivates you, some kind of spiritual something that I've heard to pass on. You know, I do that every day with my Lot Walk Knowledge. If you haven't heard of it yet, go in there, check it out, you know, and I talk about how I love to serve you guys. I'm going to walk right into what the message I have for you guys today, because I want you to know the difference in living an infinite life over living a finite life. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean is life, the life that we're living right now, this body that we live in, is absolutely finite. You're going to die one day. We all know that. There's no way to forego that. That's it. You're going to die. However, you can live an infinite life by the mission and your purpose in life. In other words, what you pass on to other people, you know, how that impacts their life. You can continue to live on through them later on. For an example, I don't know how many people know this. I don't know if I put it out on a live. I don't know if I put it out on video, but I grew up in an absolute terrible childhood. And when I say terrible, I mean things you don't even want to imagine. You know, things like my dad cut my mama open with a chainsaw. Things like, you know, I grew up with an alcoholic, abusive family, drugs. You know, my uncle was stabbed by my dad on Christmas Day in the living room right in front of all of us. I got my head put through TVs, you know, you name it. I mean, I could just keep going on and on and on. Absolute terrible childhood, just depressed and beat down my entire life. No one ever told me that I could accomplish anything. However, Mrs. Donna Kicklighter, I will never forget her my entire life. Donna Kicklighter was a teacher that I had. Now, Miss Donna Kicklighter, she was my homeroom teacher at high school. That's right, my 9th grade year. My second 9th grade year. Because, yeah, I was kind of a troubled teenager, to say the least. But she was the first person that told me, Jake, you can do this. You can accomplish this. You're smarter than this. And you are way better than you're acting. Because my behavior was terrible, guys, I'm telling you. And that didn't change immediately. That wasn't something that I just jumped off into. But it struck a chord in my heart and in my soul. Wait a minute. I can do this. I am smarter than this. You know, because I'm dyslexic. People didn't know that when I was in high school. So they just stuck me in remedial classes and said, oh, well, you know, he's dumb. He's not trying, you know, so on and so forth. But that one little spark started something inside of me. Now Donna Kicklighter lives on forever. Now you guys all know who Donna Kicklighter was. That's what I mean by living an infinite life. You push into others. You know, a lot of times I talk about service and how I love to serve people, you know. But my purpose in life is above any money. You know, a finite life is lived like, hey, it's about me. I'm going to go out. I'm going to get as much money as I can. I'm going to get as much power as I can. I'm going to get as much as I can for me. And when you die, you can't take it with you. It's finite, you know. However, if you want to live an infinite life, you take the time to give to others. You take the time to pass on to others. You take the time to push into others. Whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, whether it's customers. I'm in a customer service industry. If you've ever been in my service department over here, you have heard me thank you. You have heard me say, hey guys, I want to take a minute. I want to thank you for coming to Sandy and Bubba's Milton Chevrolet. And I want to thank you because without customers, it's hard to have a customer service industry. No matter who you're talking to, if it's a stranger at Walmart, if it's somebody that's walking down the street, what you push into them will allow you to continue after you're gone. I want to build such, and I do this on social media so I can reach people. The whole intent of doing this is to reach someone and change their life, to look them in the eye and say, look, buddy, you can do this. You're better than this. You're stronger than this. Hey, look, ma'am, I know you don't believe it, but you are an absolute picture-perfect portrait. You're a masterpiece because God don't make mistakes. You're a masterpiece, okay? If you push that into other people, I guarantee you, you will live on. You will have an infinite life. For example, and one way, the reason why, this is going to be a little story as well. The reason why I use social media to do this is because I work at Sandy and Bubba's Milton Chevrolet. I do my lot walk knowledge. Every morning I pour my cup out so that God can fill it back up. However, this social media platform takes me all over the country, all over the world. I had a fellow salesperson here, back in the back. I won't name his name, but we have a front showroom for new. We have a back showroom for used. We can all sell you new and used. Don't think I can't sell you a new car or a used car. But he was in the back. I went back there looking for a car or whatever. And he said, "Hey, Jake, you got a minute?" I said, "Yeah, what's up, buddy?" He said, "Dude, I went to a funeral yesterday," and I was like, "Man, I'm sorry to hear that." He's like, "No. My uncle came up to me. This was over in Mississippi somewhere. You know, I don't know exactly where, but we're in little Milton, Florida. Lifted town, Milton, Florida, you know." But he said, "Hey, Jake, look, my uncle came up to me and he wanted me to tell you thank you. He wanted me to say, hey, Car Guy Jake, thank you very much." And he said, "Well, did Car Guy Jake sell you a car or something?" He said, "No, absolutely not. I really don't know him, but he changed my life." I was taken back. I said, what do you mean changed his life? And he said, "Well, you know, you did this lot walk knowledge one time talking about attitude of gratitude and writing down 5 things every morning. Every morning. If you want to get in better physical condition, it doesn't happen in 8 hours of going to the gym one time. It happens in 20 minutes of exercise every morning. You know, so 5 things that I'm grateful for, I write down in my book every morning. And then whenever I'm feeling sideways, whenever I'm letting pressure of life get to me, whenever things are happening, I say, hey, look, this is what I'm grateful for. And I pull it out and I look at it. Well, apparently his uncle had seen this and said, you know what, I'm going to do that. He did it. And he's done it consistently. And it changed the way he looks at life. It's very, very hard to have a bad attitude when you're full of gratitude. You know, so that being said, guys, it's an infinite life is what I'm looking for. That is my purpose, okay? Selling cars and helping you guys have the absolute best experience is one way I do that. Because when you come in and you ask for Car Guy Jake, and we go through and I help you through the buying process, rather than, you know, the old banter back and forth, instead of we're collaborating instead of, you know, fighting, it's a whole different experience. I also do that by this platform, by pushing positive energy into you guys, pushing in a message that might touch you, like that guy over in Mississippi, who, he didn't know me, we weren't friends, but a friend of a friend of a friend had bought a vehicle from me, and they seen the celebration video that I do, because I celebrate every time, and he eventually started watching what I do, and that's how it became. Now today, I am absolutely grateful. Today is the first Coffee with Car Guy Jake event, and I have 2 people here. That's right, 2 people here. My buddy Shay, my brother from another mother, and Nick the man. That's right, 2 people showed up. And you know what? If something that I said affects them, changes the way they look at something, and then later on down the road, Nick may have children. And he says, you know what, I knew this old car guy. He's 45, you know, he wasn't very young, but he told me live an infinite life, and I want to push into you what Car Guy Jake pushed into me. You know, then I'm going to live infinitely. Then that kid eventually will live infinitely, and he will pass on to his children, or someone at Walmart, or someone down the road. So remember, guys, live an infinite life. Do not live a finite life. Finite is material, finite is final, but live that infinite life and push every day into someone else. Coffee with Car Guy Jake is a success. We got 2 people here, guys. It was way more than I expected, you know. Everybody said, I'm going to make it, but, you know, hey, it's just such a blessing to me that time being the most valuable thing in the entire world, these guys came to spend their time with me. You guys are taking the time to watch this live right now. That's your time that you're not going to get back. And I appreciate that more than you guys know. Drop me comments, drop me hearts, drop me likes, share this with anybody and everybody that you think it might touch, okay? because I love you and appreciate you every day. Y'all have a blessed day. And tune in next time, because you know I'm going to do a lot walk knowledge again Monday. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank you so much. I'm out.